All right, good evening and welcome to the Personal Brand Masterclass. All right, let's get started. At the end of this, I'm hoping that you understand what personal branding is, that you know what you want to be known for, you learn how to communicate value, and basically you audit how people perceive you and how people know you. All right. So let us begin. I want to start with a question. If I ask 10 people who know you to describe you in one sentence, would they all say the same thing? If I told 10 people who know you to describe you, would they all say the same thing or would it be different statements? And I'd love for you to answer. Answer to the best of your abilities. If you told everybody who knew you to answer what they thought about you, what they know about you, would your answer all be the same or would it be different? You can drop an answer in the chat box. Would it be 10 different answers or would it be a clear answer? Different answers, okay. Different answers from everybody. All right. Let me hear from one more person. Would it be the same thing? If I ask 10 people about you, would everybody say the same thing or would everybody have different opinions? Different opinions. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. All right. So the truth is this, whether you realize it or not, people have an opinion of you. They have a perception of you. Whether you know it or not, you have a personal brand. The question now is, are you building your personal brand intentionally or are you being careless about it? Are you building your personal brand strategically or are you just leaving it to chance? Many times we can think that, oh, my personal brand is my logo or is my Instagram page or the colors that I use, but that's not what your personal brand is. Your personal brand is the feeling, the expectation, the reputation that people associate with your name. So when I think about your name, what should come to my mind? When I think about you, what do people think about when your name is mentioned? The first thing that I want you to know from today is that your name is already a brand. And I want you to put it in the charts. My name is already a brand. See, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 1 says, a good name is rather to be chosen than riches. The Bible didn't say a famous name, it says a good name. A lot of people are known, but very few people are trusted. Today, everybody wants followers on social media, everybody wants attention, but God is interested in your reputation. Lasting influence that would outlive you, is built on trust. Is not built on hype, is not built on vibes, is not built on doing the most ridiculous things on social media. Influence is built on trust. What comes to your mind when people say the name Apple? What comes to your mind? What do you think about when you hear Apple? What comes to mind? What do you think about when you hear Apple? What comes to mind? What comes to mind when you hear the name Apple? A delicious fruit. iPhone. Okay, let's hear. What comes to mind when Apple comes to mind? iPhone, and another person says delicious fruit. iPhone. Class and luxury. Amazing. What comes to mind when you hear the word Nike? What comes to mind when you hear the word Nike? What comes to mind when you hear Nike? It's a shoe brand. Awesome. A sports brand. Okay. Not bad. What comes to mind when you hear Google? What comes to mind when you hear Google? What comes to mind when you hear Google? Information technology. Okay. What else comes to mind when you hear Google? Search engine, search information accuracy. Perfect. So I could keep mentioning names, right? I could keep mentioning names, but what I want you to understand is that your name is already a brand. People already have a thought that comes to their mind when they think about you. People already have what we call a preconceived notion about you. What happens in people's mind when your name comes up? That's what we call branding. When I call your business name, What happens when people hear your business name? That's branding. Let me ask you all a question. When you think about my name, KMR or Rejoice Azuka Uwuseba, what comes to mind? And feel free not to hold back. What comes to mind when you think about me? What comes to mind when people think about you? Or think about me, rather? A teacher, leadership, mentorship, identity, clarity, personal growth. Awesome. These are different parts of what I do. Kingmaker. Awesome. Like these are different parts of it. This is what I'm trying to show you. This is what I'm trying to teach you. People already have an opinion of you. People already think something about you. The question is what they're thinking true, or is it based on their experience of you? A lot of times, people's opinions may not be what it actually is. It is just based on what their experience of you is. I'll give you an assignment and I really hope that you do it. I want you to ask 10 different people what they think about you, not right now, after this class. Ask 10 people what they think about you. And then I want you to write out the top three things they said about you. Then I want you to write out a second list. I want you to write out the top three things you want people to remember you for, or things that you want people to associate with you. Write out that list. The gap between what people think about you and what you believe you want to be remembered for, that is the work you have to do to build your brand. A lot of people feel that building a brand is difficult, is complicated, but I don't think so. I believe if I know what people think about me right now and I know what I want them to think about me, I'll take steps in the direction of what I want instead of the direction of what they currently believe. Do you understand what I just said? Hello? Awesome. Thank you for your feedback. So decide what you want to be known for, right? Decide what you want to be known for. Most of us become known accidentally, but you see people who are successful in life, they decide who they want to be known for. Jesus was known for his compassion. Daniel, one of the things we know him for is excellence. Joseph was known for wisdom and his ability to interpret dreams. David was known for courage. Paul was known for truth. None of them tried to be everything. We live in a generation where you want to be so known, you want to be everywhere, you want to do everything. You have to learn that less is more. People who are unforgettable are people who are clear about who they want to be. People who are unforgettable are people who are clear about what they want to be. What is Samsung known for? What do you know Samsung for predominantly? Samsung, not Samsung the singer, Samsung as in thank you, phones. All right. Did you know that Samsung has a TV brand? Samsung has pretty much an electronics brand. So they have TVs, they have fridges. Yes, Samsung fridge, Samsung TV, but we know them predominantly for their phones. Even if you want to scale, become so good at one thing so people don't forget you. Become so good at one thing that you become unforgettable. People can't remember everything about you. Give them one thing to remember. That's how you build a brand. I'm trying to be as simple as possible with this conversation and not complicate it, because a lot of times we don't even understand that the hardest work to do when you are known is reputation management. You see, brand management is easy, but you see, reputation management is the hard part of the work, because it's as though people have formed an opinion of you. People have their preconceived ideologies and preconceived notions about the kind of person that you are, and you are suddenly trying to convince them otherwise. See, brand management, you can go and take pictures with puppies and they'll say, oh, so cute. But as a man, if you're known as someone who beats up a woman, and probably it's just one time, and mistakenly you were photographed, for the rest of your life, the name wife beater may never leave you. She may have made you upset, she may have offended you, she may have gotten you frustrated. Just one time you choose to reply, one time you choose to respond, and everything escalates. You could go to the orphanage and give children clothes and give children things, and you'd be known as a good person. Oh, such a good person. Oh, such a kind person. I need you to learn that you have the opportunity to shape the way people see you. You have the opportunity to shape the way people perceive you. You have the opportunity to shape the way people respond to you. So, number one, I told you that your name is already a brand. Number two, I told you that you have the right to decide what you want to be known for. Stop leaving it to chance. Number three thing that I want to tell you is that your brand is built through consistency. Your brand is built through consistency. And this is where a lot of people fail. And I'd really love for you guys to engage in the comments. If you know anything about me, I love engagement. I love seeing people in the chat responding and commenting. So I'd really love it, because it tells me two things. Number one, you're hearing me and my network has not disconnected me from you. And number two, it shows me that you're present and you're not doing 20 things at a time. You know how sometimes you're watching service in church and you're cooking in the kitchen too. Just want to make sure that your attention is not divided. All right. This is where a lot of people fail. This is where a lot of people miss it. It People say things like, oh, I post 3 times every week, or I redesigned my logo, or I changed my brand colors. Those are not brand. Your logo is not your brand. Your brand colors is not your brand. It is consistency that builds a brand. What are you saying consistently? And not just through your words, but through your actions. What are you showing people consistently about yourself? Again, not just through your words, but your actions. It is what you see. I heard one quote that changed my life when I was in uni. I think I was in second year when I heard it for the first time. The person said, great people are not known by what they do occasionally, they are known by what they do consistently. But as I've grown, I have also now realized that great people are not known just by what they do, but by who they are consistently. That's your brand. Your brand is who you are consistently. Whether we're watching, whether the spotlight is on you, whether you are at home, wherever it is that we meet you, do we meet 10 different versions of you every time we come out to meet you? Do we meet 20 different versions of you? How many versions of you are there? Every interaction with you is an opportunity for us to meet your brand. Your emails is telling us something about your branding. Your punctuality is telling us something about your branding. Your appearance is telling us something about your branding. I used to be very careless about my appearance and the way that I showed up. I could wear a rumple outfit. I believe that if I wear it, it would iron on my body. And my husband had to ask me one day, he was like, is your body iron? Like, why do you need to wear it rumpled? Why do you need to wear it squeezed? And one of those days, he said something that stuck to me and made me a lot more intentional about the way I look. He said, you are going to the nations, you're going too far for you to be careless about your appearance. Said the world is too big for you. Imagine if they're doing throwback of you and they're bringing out all the times, all the things you're wearing is squeezed clothes. How will people see you? And then you say that one of your core values is excellence, but your appearance betrays what you say is your core value. Your communication, the way that you speak. My camera is not on right now, and it's not on because not because I don't want to show my camera. That's the standard that we set for this masterclass. However, the reason it's not on is because there's no light, and secondly, I've not done my hair. I won't come and turn on my camera and be looking like a homeless person when I'm planning to show you this replay. I'm planning to give you the replay so that you can watch it and grow with it. What I'm trying to say to you is become intentional about the perception that you're allowing people to have of you. I remember growing up wanting to wear shorts to go and buy something just in front of our compound where we lived growing up. And my father would say to me, don't do that. Go and dress up properly. And in my head, I would think it's just downstairs now. It's just downstairs. It was later when I grew up that I saw that people had an opinion of young ladies who would wear shorts and come outside. To me, it was not a big deal. I didn't think much of it, but it created a perception. So I would remember people always saying to my mom, you trained your daughter well, she has home training. Why? Because of the way I carried myself. The way you treat people is telling us something about your personal brand. How you solve problems, how you show up is telling us something about you. So guess what? Every time you're giving a task and you give excuses, you're telling us something about yourself. So before marketing, branding is not marketing. Branding is repeated behavior. repeated behavior. So when I see the way you behave, when I see the way you respond, when I see the way that you show up, when I see the way that you do the things that you're doing, I can already almost say that this is the personal brand that you have. This is the way that you're showing up. This is the way that you perceive yourself. This is the way that you see yourself. Okay, I want us to do an exercise and I want everybody to participate. All right. And this is a no judgment zone. This is for you, by the way. It's not for us, it's for you. So you're going to score yourself from 1 to 10. And I want you to be honest. Pontius Pilate said, to thy own self be true. The greatest form of deceit is self-deceit. So you're not trying to impress me. Don't lie to yourself. So you have the opportunity to score yourself from 1 to 10. I'm going to say something. You score yourself from 1 to 10. And I want you to pay attention. Just put it up. Don't think too much about it, okay? Number 1, reliability. Are you a reliable person? On the scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not so reliable, 10 being you can trust me with your husband and travel, which I won't, but you get what I mean? You can trust me with your life. On the scale of 1 to 10, how reliable are you? 1 being I'm so reliable. I'm not reliable at all. Please don't give me anything that is important to you. 10 being I'm so reliable. You can trust me with Jesus. I'll take care of him. How reliable are you? I want to see in the chats. Reliable, 8. Love it. Let's keep it coming. 8, 8. Wow. Okay. 6 over 10. Okay. 6. I'm loving this. Beautiful. Thank you for participating. All of you participating are the real G's. I love you guys. Well done. Please, if you're not participating, join us. This will teach you so much about yourself. It's not about us, it's about you. So, number 2, I see a 9 and a 10. I'm impressed. Number 2, communication. On the scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I don't know how to communicate. I'm terrible at communication. If you leave me to communicate your destiny is over. That's 1. 10 is I can talk to anybody. Give me the president, give me anybody, I can communicate with them. Communication, rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 10. Communication 1, okay, 9. Communication 7, communication 9, okay. All right. Beautiful. I see a lot of people scoring themselves higher on communication. That's great. That's great. Okay, let's do number 3, appearance. Appearance. On the scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I don't know how to dress. I am terrible. I can embarrass you if you take me anywhere without telling me what to wear. 1. Appearance 10. I slay every time. I slay everywhere. I see this person that his profile picture is giving and he gave himself 10 for appearance. I love it. Well done. Auntie J, this your appearance is giving. Well done. I love the honesty. Dressing up stresses me. Absolutely. And guess what? All these things are things that can be worked on. So the fact that you are not so great at something doesn't mean it's the end of the road for you. Let's share the grace on your life. That's not the truth. The truth is room for improvement. One of my mentors always taught me something. He said that the largest room in the world is the room for improvement because there's always room to be better. Awesome. I love it. Well done. Excellence. Excellence. 10 being I'm an excellent person. You would never see anything mediocre around me. 1 being, whoa, I cannot come and go and kill myself. Let's hear it. Let's have it. Excellent, 9. Okay. 5. Okay. 6, 7. Okay. This is giving mixed feelings. It's giving we're all in the middle. Okay. All right. Excellence is one of your core values. Awesome. Integrity. Integrity. This is saying that, girl, you can trust me. I'm good. I'm super duper amazing. You can trust me with Nigeria's money. Nigeria is safe. If I am the finance person, Nigeria is safe. You can trust me with anything. You can trust me with details. Trust me with what you can never tell nobody. I got you. Okay, integrity 10. I see a lot of people are greater on integrity. Interesting. Interesting. I think the least we've seen on integrity is 8. Interesting. Let's talk about learning. How good are you with learning? You're like a 1. I don't like to learn new things. I've finished school. Nobody should stress my life with books. Or 10. I read books. I listen to podcasts. I'm crazy about learning. I'm crazy about development. Okay. 10, 10, 10, 10, 7. Okay. 6. Okay. 8, 8, 9. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Finally, visibility. Visibility. Man, I'm trying to hide. I don't want to be seen. I just want to make my money on a down low. Nobody needs to know my name. Or I want to be everywhere. I don't want to enter shop without 10 people greeting me. I want to be known. I want to be like Beyonce and Apostle Joshua Selman. Everybody gonna know me. I like attention. Ooh, that's some honesty right there. I like attention. That's some self-awareness, yo. I love it for you. I do. Awesome. How did that feel? How did it feel going through that? Let's talk about it for a second. How did it feel? I want to hear from two people, like two people that volunteer to unmute themselves and talk. I want to hear. I wish a great time of self-examination. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I think a lot of times life is so much in a hurry that we don't take time to actually pause and ask ourselves questions like, do I like where I'm going? Do I like who I'm becoming? Do I like the progress that I'm making? Do I like the decisions that I've made that has led me up to this point? Do I want to continue in that light? Do I want to be known in this light? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, a lot of times we are so carried away by the fast pacedness of life that we do not stop long enough to ask introspective questions on, okay, who am I becoming? Because I read a lot. Who am I becoming? Because I like attention. You know, and I'm just going to piggyback on liking attention because I know the person who said it personally, and I know she won't be offended at me for speak I'm just piggybacking and talking about it. You know, it is one thing to like attention. It is another thing to be willing to do anything for attention. There are some people who are like all eyes on me, like when I come into the room, all eyes on me. When I'm anywhere, all eyes on me. When the eyes are not on me, when the spotlight is not on me, how do I respond to life? What am I willing to do to maintain the eyes on me consistently? This is what tells us how far people are willing to go on social media. The extent that people are willing to go to be known, to be followed, to have attention paid to them. All these things are very important. Now, after our little Q&A, I want to find out, what are your weakest two? What are your weakest two? Out of the questions I asked you about reliability, communication, appearance, excellence, integrity, learning, and visibility. From all seven of them, what were your weakest two? Communication, that's not a bad thing. Visibility and learning. Okay, so for you, I would, for communication, I would recommend reading the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Win Friends and Influence People is a great way to start learning about communication. For learning, I would recommend the book Mindset by Carolyn Dweck. I would recommend the book by Carolyn Dweck. And for those of you that have the same things, I just want to just mention those. I want to recommend some books to you guys that could possibly help you. Can I do that? Is that okay? Can I do that? All right. So communication, look at how to influence, how to make friends and influence people. Learning, read Mindset by Caroline Dweck. For reliability, I'm trying to see the full name, remember the full name of the book, but it's something about trust. I'm just trying to remember it. Just give me one moment here and I'll pull it up because I have it on my phone. Trust. Mm, I'm just trying to remember it. I don't have my tab close to me. Yes, it is Trust by Dr. Henry Cloud. Trust by Dr. Henry Cloud. Great book. I recommend it to anybody who cares to listen to me. Trust by Dr. Henry Cloud. Amazing, amazing book. Which other people? See, integrity. Yes, integrity and reliability. I'd say Trust by Dr. Henry Cloud. And then there's this book, this seven something. Let me see if I can find it. Seven. Steve Curvey. Stephen Curvey wrote the book. I remember that much. Okay, for integrity, I would recommend the book Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Steve Curvey. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. That book made me see differently. Yes, thank you. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People really, really helped me about that. For appearance, well, see, for appearance, let Pinterest be your best friend. There's something my husband taught me, and I would share with you for free. My husband told me, he said, go on Pinterest and just download looks, different ways that things are styled. Go and download it and, try them out. You can try them out with what's in your wardrobe. You don't need to make new styles if you can't afford it right now. Just start from where you are. Try and see, okay, see the way people are styling Ankara and jeans, or see the way people are styling Ankara and shirts. See the different ways and just have them. Have them and keep trying things out. Anyways, I want you to focus on the two things that you're weak at. Focus on it this month. Can you do that for me? So between now and the next time that we meet next month, I want you to focus on it and I want you to track your improvement. So for you that says you're not great at this, at appearance, for example, I'll drag you today. Um, Go and pay attention. I want to see you. Visibility, I'll have to double check. I have to double check the books that I want to recommend to you. I'm coming 1 second. Visibility. Yes, visibility. I'll recommend the book Captivate by Vanessa Van Edwards. Captivate. It talks about the science of succeeding with people. It teaches you how to the kind of body language and how to be around people. But for me, what that book did for me, maybe not directly but indirectly, it really helps me become comfortable with the camera. So Captivate is a great book. Captivate by Vanessa Van Edwards. You're welcome. Was I able to give everybody? Thank you so much for writing that down. Favor, thank you so much. Excellent. There's a great book on excellence. Let me find it. Don't mind me, I'm just looking at my library on books that I have read. That's what I'm trying to recommend, books that I have read to you, not books that you go and start. I cannot promise what they wrote inside. Excellent. Excellent. There's a book called Excellent by Joel Austin. That was a good book that when I read it, but I'm just going to go through my library and I'll find some more books that speak into excellence and get back to you. Excellence by Joel Austin is a great book. Another really good books for those of you that are not so great with people is Surrounded by Idiots. That's a good book. It's like a whole series: Surrounded by Idiots, Surrounded by Narcissists, Surrounded. It's a good series. I enjoyed my read of it. All right. So number 4 thing that I want you to note about personal branding is communicate your value clearly. Communicate your value clearly. You're not ignored because people hate you. People are ignoring you because they don't understand you. Where you're clear, you have opportunities. Where you show confusion, people don't know how to relate with you. Don't just introduce yourself by your job title. Your job title can be limiting. There was something that I was taught by a mentor. He told me, he said, introduce yourself by the problem that you solve. When you solve a problem, people will, when they know that you solve a problem, they will remember you for the problem that you solve and give you every opportunity in line with the problem that you solve. So instead of saying something like, I'm a graphics designer, who here is a graphics designer? Instead of saying something like, I'm a graphics designer, you could say something like, I help businesses communicate ideas visually so that their clients can trust them faster. I help businesses communicate ideas visually so that their clients can trust them faster. So it means that when I think about, oh, anything visual, you'd come to mind. So if I think about a logo, you could come to mind because you didn't just box yourself up as a graphics designer. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So don't let your title limit you. Don't let your title box you up. So have that your I help dash 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 achieve what they achieve by dash dash dash. Everybody has theirs. So I help young people achieve personal growth, business growth by by coaching and consulting, or by teaching them, creating platforms of teaching. So find your own, refine it until you get good at it. Refine it until it no longer sounds foreign to your mouth. So number four is to communicate your value clearly. Let's know what it is that you do. Let's know how it is that we want to relate with you. Let's know how it is that we should work with you. We should build with you. Number five is build trust before visibility. Build trust before visibility. This is one of the biggest lessons I've learned. Many of us want visibility, but we don't want to prepare for it. If God gives you influence before he builds your character, influence can become dangerous. The Bible says something in Luke chapter 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in little, more is entrusted to him. Your private life will soon become your public reputation. Your private life will soon become your public reputation. It is your character that sustains what your charisma attracted. It is your character that keeps what your charisma has attracted. I want to ask you guys a question. If your private life becomes public today, would you still have influence? If we brought your dirty linens, quote and unquote, outside, would we still respect you by morning? Or would your entire influence that you've struggled to build be damaged by your actions over time? You see, all of this is what your personal brand is all about. So it's not just about your logo, it's not just about the brand colors, it's not just about how you want people to see you. It is long after people forget what you wore, long after they forget your caption on Instagram, long after they forget your certificate, they will remember how they experienced you. That is your brand. They will remember, I believe it was John Maxwell who said, people would forget what you said to them, but they would never forget how you made them feel. They would never forget their experience when they came into rooms with you. They would never forget it. And this is what I'm trying to say to you, that this is your brand. Stop trying to look impressive. Build a good name. Your good name will open doors for you. Your good names will open doors for you. Your good name will help you to be remembered. Your good name will be the perception that people have about you. It is the testimony that people have of you long after you're outside the room. Do you understand? Pay more attention to how people see you, what it is that people know about you, how it is that people remember you, the perception that people have about you. Pay attention to those things. That's what makes you unforgettable. So, your personal brand blueprint. Your personal brand is built on 6 things in today's world. 6 things, 6 foundations I would call, or six pillars. Number one is your mission. Your mission, your personal mission. I'd like to call it your purpose, or yes, your mission. What is it that you exist to do? What were you created for? Your mission. The second is your core values. And I encourage you to not have more, have between 3 to 5. Don't have more than those. Between 3 to 5 values. You don't need 10,000. You just need 3 to 5 of them. What I call them your non-negotiables. Those are your non-negotiables. Those are things that you would make your decision from them. Hello, have we forgotten we're supposed to be engaging and be together? Everybody has left me to myself. Hello. Why are you doing me like this? So your core values, things that would never change, things that would never evolve, things that are constant. How do you break? Things that are constant, things that are consistent. Things that are just always there. Number 3, I'll say your areas of expertise. If I say, I know where you live, and I know you in real life. Any other person can get away with this, but not you. I know you in real life. I can beat you, and your mother will thank me for beating you. I just want to tell you. Please don't mind if I'm sorry. My husband was stepping out. 3 areas of expertise, things that, and this blueprint I'm giving you is especially if you want to build on social media, because everybody is posting on social media, but you're just posting randomly. You have to have first what it is that the core of your existence is, the core of what you were made for. Then number 2 is your non-negotiables. So your decisions are birthed out of those non-negotiables. So for example, one of my non-negotiables is integrity. I would never post to swindle a person. I would never make a post to berate a person or embarrass a person. One of my core values is excellence. So if you see the quality of flyers or the quality of work that we put out, you would know that we're not being random about it. We worked. We put in thought, we put in intentionality. That's what I want you to learn. Then number three is have three areas of expertise, not 10, not 20, three areas, three things that you want to be known for, three things that you want to focus on, three things that you want to emphasize in what you're building. After you have grown, you can diversify and make it 500 things, but let those three things be your core. Let it be that if somebody is looking for this thing, they can come to your page and say, I know if I'm looking for this thing, if I just go to Divine's page, I'll get it. For example, Divine is a great public speaking coach, by the way. For those of you that struggle with speaking in public, you can go and meet her to be your coach. She's an excellent public speaking coach. And, you know, she has one content niche where she's consistently talking about public speaking, showing people on social media how to do public speaking. She has free challenges where she's showing people how to speak publicly and how to do it well. She also has a coaching course on how to do public speaking. That's one arm of what she does. She also teaches people how to show up on social media as not just a social media person, social media content creator, social media manager, but she also does it from a marketing and communication standpoint as well. And she's great at it. Now, imagine if I leave my own niche, which is maybe preaching God's word, sharing God's word with simplicity and practicality, showing people how to grow, showing people how to build what God has called them to build, from their lives to their businesses and all of that. If I leave my own niche and say, I want to teach you how to use social media, I'm not great at it. I don't know the language. I don't even understand the current updates on social media. I would be self-sabotaging by wanting to leave my areas of expertise to jump to hers just because I feel that maybe I'm older than her, or that I have a more refined language than she does. This is where we need to grow, because we're trying to do everything when we've not been called to do everything. So in your personal branding blueprint, choose three things. In fact, if I had to say, I'd say choose two things and focus on it. But three, just for those of us who are multi-potentialites and have multiple interests. Number four is, three kinds of content that you would consistently share. Three kinds of content that you consistently share. So you want to say something like, okay, I'm going to tell stories. I'm going to pick on Divine just because number one, I know Divine personally and I know Divine's work. So it's not that I don't want to use anybody else here as an example, but we don't have the luxury of time. So it's easy. There's something Divine does on her status where she tells stories about her experience. She enters Keke and she will tell you stories about her experience. And the way she tells the story, maybe because she's a great public speaker, you would feel like you went into the Keke with her. You would almost picture her facial expressions, like the way that she tells the story, right? And you can almost tell, she had a bad day, she had a good day. You could tell it. That's a focal point. It, unfortunately, where is only on WhatsApp that we get to enjoy that. On Instagram and TikTok, she doesn't show that part of herself. She tries to show a very prim and proper part of herself. But if she ventures to go on social media with that, she'll go viral. Why? Because people love authenticity. People love stories. If you're a great storyteller, you want to do it. You want to push out content, and you could even do your own voiceover in the background. You could put out content that teaches people. You could put out like behind the scene content. Show us what happens behind the scene. How is work done? Were you able to achieve a particular thing? Don't just tell people, "Oh, how did you do it? How were you able to go from here to there?" And then number five, choose a platform. Choose a platform. Don't have divided attention. Choose a platform. When you grow on one platform, then you can now start diversifying. In fact, it's easier to start diversifying after you grow on one platform. Fortunately for us, we now have platforms that do cross posting and all that. So you're able to cross post on like multiple platforms, and there are now apps that allow you to even post on several platforms that have nothing to do with each other. You could do that as well. But some of these platforms, because of the cross posting and all of that, there is decreased visibility as compared to when someone is posting directly, when someone is posting on the page. So what am I trying to say? You want to ensure that you are paying attention to understand the algorithm and stuff like that. This is also why people are encouraged to start with one platform so that they are not overwhelmed. You could do multiple platforms, but push your energy and push your time and push all on one platform and grow on it. It's easier to diversify when you grow on that. Does anyone have any questions? Our time is fast spent. Does anyone have any questions? Sorry, number 6. Pay attention to relationships. Pay attention to your relationships. You cannot build a brand outside of people. Pay attention to relationships. There's something I have on my phone. I have a reminder on my phone of people that I am reaching out to. People that I am reaching out to. Number 4 is 3 kinds of content you consistently share. 3 kinds of content you'd consistently share. But yes, people, you need people. I promise you, you need people. You need people. You actually need people. Pay attention to relationships. Anybody have questions? Does anybody have questions? All right. I want to give you an assignment. Can I do that? I want you to write 3 things. Remember, I told you the assignment earlier, but go and meet 10 people and ask them what they think about you. You could even post it on your status. When you think of me, what do you think about me? And then sample the top three opinions. The top three opinions. And then I want you to list out three things that you want to be remembered for, three things that you want to be known for, not what people want to know you for, but the one you want to be known for. And then write it down. Then ask yourself, how can I become the person I wrote about? If you do it, send it to me privately. That's if you do it within the next 24 hours. If you don't do it in the next 24 hours, don't come to my DM. But if you do it within the next 24 hours, I'd love to review it with